Hey, I'm Marcus and I'm playing Crusader Kings 3. This time it's me talking again while I play, so sorry for that. This is the third episode of our Taillefers in Angoulême. And last episode we had a very, very interesting development that I want to kind of narrate a little or put some flesh to the bones that we got. Which was that Folk's wife here, Kundo, now also has an affair. And she's handling it quite differently than he had. And I think it shows the difference in their characters, but I also think it shows the difference in their power. Yeah, so, we have Folk here, and we know that he's an adulterer, right? He has this affair with the wet nurse, actually. So he's already fathered a bastard son with her. There is a bastard daughter. It's a bit murky here when it comes to is it actually his child or not. She is currently pregnant, so that's something. And he's been open about this when the first bastard was born and brandished an adulterer and so on, but he actually didn't suffer any consequences for it, not any wider consequences. Like his relationship with the Duke didn't suffer. Of course, the church was not very keen about it, but they also didn't pursue him. He instead said, okay, yeah, I will just help the pilgrims on the road to Santiago. Hey, that's good too, right? So he's still a sinner, though. Right, there we go. And he'll likely remain one for a bit. So we will see how that is going to develop. As I said before, he is actually terrified of dying a sinner. And therefore, living the afterlife in hell. That is something every medieval person would have been concerned with. And, but that is how he handled his affair. Now, last time, we did find out, and I think it was one of the first times that event actually fired that way, where we got this event where it said, his wife is acting strangely, now that she's pregnant again, something is definitely off. And he confronted her in his folk style, right? Being blunt, being open about it, and said, hey, do you have another? What's this? And then she kind of tried to dissuade him and was like, no, I don't have another, it's all fine. But just by the way she said it and stuff, like he knew that something was off. And then dug a little deeper and found out that actually the child that she was bearing was from another man. And at this point, we had this option of saying he would expose this, and I guess that intuitively that was what he would have done, and I was like leaning towards it. But then I was thinking about it and thinking about how he would handle that, and what he did in the end was to keep quiet about it, and he said, "Yeah, all right, okay. So you do have a lover in secret. This is not my child you're bearing here. That's fine. We have 3 sons already. That the heritage is not in doubt. And whatever child you're bearing here is not going to disturb any of the inheritance and so on." And the other thing was that he said, okay, now that I know about it, and you will want me to keep quiet about it, because a woman adulteress would be treated much worse than a male adulteress, right? So, a male adulteress, a male adulterer, there we go. An adulterer and an adulteress. And he instead said, now I have you in my pocket. You will never go against me again. And, there we are. He has a strong hook on her now, blackmailing her, effectively. And that is definitely something that goes against his beliefs or his conscience somehow. But it was, I think, the shrewdest thing to do. That was his callousness battling his honesty. And he tended to the first one here, to being callous in that regard. And I just thinking about it, it kind of like makes so much sense to me, the whole way this developed. I mean, if you look at it from her perspective, from Kyndo's perspective, she came to this court, a young woman, but with some kind of pride of her heritage, and she just thought that she would be praised, that she would be the center of this court and so on, right? That trusting ability here. And then she found out that she's with a husband who does things by himself, who doesn't value her openly, who very much kind of ignores her most of the time. And then even starts an affair, once they have children, with their wet nurse of all people. So he's openly admitting to, having a child with her. And I mean, if you figure this out and say, okay, what kind of humiliation for this person, right? How degrading that must feel for her. Being the laughing stock at court, right? Being openly cheated on and not being able to do anything about it. And I guess she wanted some kind of outlet for this, and I thought that outlet would have been starting a rivalry with that wet nurse. But apparently she's so, I don't know, nice or I don't know, naive maybe, although that doesn't match what she's doing. I think she's just tactful, is Agnes. She has done all the right things. Like, she does not get too attached to folk, right? She does not pressure him into anything. There's no messages popping up where she's like, hey, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. She's keeping quiet about it. She's not wanting more than she already has. So that's what he likes about her. She's also giving him good advice. Very sound advice she's given him. So she couldn't let that out on her because, in the end, she's just a woman here at court, a lowborn woman. Picking on her would make her look even worse, maybe. So the only outlet that she was looking for in the end was to find, I don't know, I'm not even sure it's love. I don't think that it's love with this guy here, who's ill now, okay? I think in her kind of simple mind, I do would say that she has a simple mind, right? A learning of one, being trusting and sadistic together. It does sound kind of simple to me. Her worldview is probably very, very simple. She was like, I have to get back at him, right? He humiliated me, and I will somehow humiliate him. So when we got this event, and he asked her, do you have another? The event actually said that she had a cold smile on her face. So that's where you can see she kind of was probably waiting for that moment of him to come to her and say, what's this? And then she thought, now I have you, right? Now you're going to finally show some emotion. You're going to, I don't know, storm out and go to my lover and challenge him to a duel and all these kind of things. To finally being recognized. To have him finally see me. And what he does is the complete opposite. He says, keep quiet about it. You're gonna have another child. I don't care. I will raise it as my own. But you are in my pocket now. And you do as you're told. And that's the exact opposite of what she thought was going to happen. So, yeah. Brilliant kind of in-game narrative here that's building up. And that's the kind of things I love about CK3. That's like it's a sandbox, obviously, but the kind of story it produces are grand. All right, okay. Enough talk about adultery. Before we start, I just want to quickly just have an overview of what's going on in the world. And we do see in the south, and that's where our focus always lies, because we are on that road to Santiago, so whatever happens here is of importance to us, is that we have a boy king in Castile, and that the kingdoms of Galicia and Leon and Navarra have all been absorbed into the kingdom of Castile. You can see here, this boy does have all these titles. Now, his father, and I was kind of surprised to see that, because he has just been, like a year ago or so, or just a few months ago, he has been to a feast at our court when we celebrated the marriage of our nephew with the former queen of Castile. No, not Castile, of Galicia, I think. So now he's dead, and he has died by the hand of his own brother, Alfonso the Brave. And there we go. There he is, Alfonso. He's called the Brave. I'm not sure. that might be mockery, actually. So, judging by what he's doing, being someone who's, yeah, as you can see, very much this kind of underhanded rogue who goes against other people, even murders and, yeah, kills his own kin. So, yeah, that is, okay. He is actually not a landed ruler anymore. He's just running around with 3 guys. 3 guys and his wife. And that's about it. So, not much to him anymore. But that was, I don't know, yeah, that probably was his revenge for being stripped of his titles. So, yeah, it looks stable from the outside, but probably highly unstable from the inside now that we have this boy king here. Although there's hardly any alternative, right? Who else would be the king? Now that it's all centralized, or the kingdoms are centralized in that boy. You'll see how it works out, right? I mean, in the east we have Aragon. Nothing has changed there. And yeah, we still have King Sancho here. Barcelona, that we are marrying into, is now, as you can see, a vassal of the King of Aragon. Yeah, which doesn't change that much. Still very powerful, as you can see. He does rule more land than the king himself. So much like Aquitaine within France, right? Speaking of France, we do have a change on top. Philippe, who was called the Proud, is dead, succumbed to fatal apoplexy. So, yeah, I guess he was severely injured by the time he died as well. So, yeah, not very fortuitous here, our king. Fortunate, that's the word, right? Okay. Anyways, in the Holy Roman Empire, we still have Heinrich. Oh, we still have. He's 23, so he's still here. And in most games, he dies very early. At least that's my experience. So we'll see. Still not crowned, and I guess he's having a little conflict with the Pope, depending on whether he's still allowing his vassals to invest in their own bishop. Yeah, we have England, very stable under William the Conqueror. And, we have a Kingdom of Ireland too. Alright. That's about it, right? That's the bigger things that have been happening around here. Nothing too crazy, but that's the state of politics in the year 1073. Alright. Yeah, then there's the matter of internal politics, and that would concern the Duchy of Aquitaine and the state of succession. Now, Guillaume here is also 48, I think we are 48 as well, and he was wounded for a while, and then he was already in poor health and so on. He will not live forever, obviously. He does have a daughter that is in our care, Inés. Then he has a first son, Ramon Berengui, and you see that he's quite young. Right, so only 4 years old. If he were to grow up, become a man at 16, that's 12 years. Guillaume would have been 60 by that time. And Not sure he makes it that far. Then he has another son now, Centaur to Poitiers, and he's 1 year old now. And as you can see, he will be the heir to the Duchy of Poitiers. So upon the death of Guillaume, if nothing changes here, we will see a split of this big landmass here. And the northern part will then be, united under him, Centaur. And he will take over that county here, kick him out, this up-and-comer here, who's too trusting for his own good. And yeah, that's what we will have then. We will still have the Duchy of Aquitaine and Gascony. That's all right, but we won't have the Duchy of Poitiers in our lands anymore. We will see what happens then. We'll adapt to it. So that is something that is going to happen sometime in the near future. All right. Now, just doing some minor things, I guess, that I've written down that I want to do. First of all, I don't like that look here with that stupid helmet on all the time. I think it doesn't suit him very well. Makes him look a bit silly. Especially when he wears that helmet indoors and to feasts and so on. That's kind of immersion killing for me. So at least he put the helmet off. Right? At least put the helmet off, and that's about it. There we go. Now he looks proudly into the distance, and we can see him, nose and all. I want to finally establish these house traditions, and I was thinking about this the last time, and I was thinking, okay, honor, authority, truth, they all sound good to me. That's all things that he would go for. And me personally, as a player, I'm like, yeah, I want to be honorous, right? I want to be the guy that does the honorable thing. But in the end, I don't think that very much reflects what he's doing. And I guess in the end, that callous part here has always won, right, over these other elements. So I think authority is the way to go. That's the way he handles himself. That's the way how he handles politics. And I think, after all, when you look at his children, that is also what they have been picking up from him. So, yeah, let's go with authority. So we finally get all these boons here, right? Diplomacy per level of fame. Natural dread plus 20. Then some more tax contribution from intimidated and terrified vassals. Yeah, that sounds like something that would suit him. There we go. Right. That should be... Do we already see that here now? Does this as well as Majesty focus? Probably after a day or so. I can demand oaths of fealty now. Time to remind my vassals of their place by ordering them to submit before me and affirm my right to rule over them. Oh, that sounds like something he would do. Definitely. Guess I'll do that in the end, right? So keep that in mind, and then we'll have a look at it later. Another thing that I did was I modded the court positions just slightly, and I added ladies in waiting to count tier level, but I've also changed the requirements for it a lot, because I had a look at it, and the vanilla requirements are just laughable. Basically, you just have to be a woman to be a lady in waiting, and that's about it. So you can have a lady in waiting that's, I don't know, your mum. I don't know, that doesn't work for me. Basically, in the vanilla game, you can only have ladies in waiting when you are a female ruler of duchy tier and above. I don't think that's... or I don't know why they make that distinction. Probably to boost female rulers, because they come with penalties in a lot of ways. So maybe that's one way for them to at least gain some boons here. But traditionally, ladies in waiting were those young noble women that came to court, were raised at court to learn about society, that etiquette and so on, and then they would be married off. So what I did was added to the requirements: mustn't be lowborn, mustn't be devoted, mustn't be a nun, of course. And in the base game, in the vanilla game, you can apparently put nuns in that position, so that's kind of funny. They must be under the age of 25. That's something I added as well. And of course, not married, not betrothed. I was thinking about widowed as well. But I guess you could return to this status if your husband died early and so on, and you came back and you just wanted that kind of social security again, and having your lord look out for another husband for you. So at this point in time, we could actually put Amborga here, who has a daughter by Folk, right? She's a widow, but she's 22, in good health, right? So she's kind of feast ruined by rival. Does she have a rival? No. Okay. Anyways, she could be put in this position, but I do have an option for her to marry, so we'll see about that. Basically, why I want this, first of all, is for roleplay reasons. Second of all, is when I have unmarried women at court, they would soon leave the court if I don't find a marriage in time. So, yeah, they can at least be put in that position, so I don't have to think about marrying people off all the time. So there's that. Then, I've noticed something, and we will get back to that when we take over that character, and that is that our heir Guilhem, being 12 years old, and I was looking at him and was like, okay, does he have a crush or anything? And then I noticed that he is actually asexual. Of course, we wouldn't know that. Nobody was talking about these things. And as a medieval person, you wouldn't even have that kind of frame of mind. That framework that would tell you that sexuality is a thing and that you can explore and so on. Guilhem is probably just growing up thinking that something's not right. And why are other people behaving differently than he does? These kind of things, right? You're wondering, why am I different, and so on. It will be interesting for him and how we play this out. But at least now we will have a character that's very different from how Folk handles his affairs. And we'll see how that will go. Just an interesting tidbit. We will come back to it once we take over. Now, we definitely know that this young boy here, who's now sickly, is not our son, strictly speaking. He is, by all means, but we could end this charade at any point in time, right? We could expose the secret, then he would be... What would he be? I think he would be her bastard then, right? A bastard of the house Ö. Well, anyways, but... I think Folk would have... Well, he wouldn't be paranoid about this, but he would take a look and see, okay, that is my oldest son. He has brown hair, dark hair, right? His second son, brown hair, lingering on dark. His bastard son, dark hair. Bastard daughter, dark hair. And then you have the son that is not his son, blonde hair. And just the year before, he had another son, Robert, and look at his hair, also blonde, right? So the kind of Ned Stark line of inquiry will tell you that something is not right here. So I think what he's doing is he's asking Maria, who's there to look for courtly intrigue and all these things, to actually find secrets. See if she's hiding something else, if anyone here is hiding anything else, and we'll find out about it eventually. Okay. I've talked about court positions and how I would handle them and who would be eligible for court positions. I said that some positions here would definitely either go to the clergy, or in case of the tutor could be a reputable noblewoman. In case of the personal physician, could be a lowborn woman. That's kind of a wise woman, you know, healer. Instead, we have Manasses de Chatillon. And I said, yeah, we could have someone of the clergy here. He's not of the clergy. Yeah, but I do want to treat that position differently. And I think all these kind of roles that require learning and so on will benefit from someone being from the clergy, because they would have these resources, right? As a monk, he would be able to draw resources from the monastery he's working in. So I will actually ask him to take the vows. As you see, he will gladly accept that. He's already a zealous man. And yeah, then we have the thing again where he just leaves the court, and he will probably come back at some point because we will employ him again. I do have the piety, so that's okay for me. There we go. He does have a father, that guy here, and that poor guy is just standing in front of a castle in Angoulême. It's like, yeah, usually he doesn't care about people that much, but it might be something that maybe the son Manasses here is brokering, and I don't want to have him at my court, definitely not, but I can tolerate him as a guest, so okay, we'll do that. He'll just be there as a guest, it'll be fine. We do have this kind of responsibility of, if there is like a noble in our area, we can't just let him hang in the streets. Hang with the streets, right? He can't actually hang with the streets, as the wise man Snoop Dogg pointed out, for bitches. So we will take him to court. That is also reflecting on us, right? Badly in the case of a nobleman lying in the streets, not being able to, have proper meanings of food and anything else. So yeah, that's what we do. Huge thing. I found out that we finally have someone who could serve as a knight with an accolade. And that would be the one we've just recruited to our court, Baron. I still don't know how to pronounce the name correctly, because Spanish would not be right, I think, in this case. So it'd be like de Urgel or something like that. So probably French pronunciation, right? He's Norman. And he can actually become, there we go, a knight with an accolade. And he would be the head knight of the Norman retainers. I do like that. It's a bit, clunky, but it sounds right to me. We have so many Norman people at court now, right? We have William de, of course, who's our marshal, longtime marshal. And so we have this kind of Norman spirit and the way that the Normans approach military. And of course, that is by the means of horsemen and heavy horsemen. Now, he is a lancer. Marauder is the second one here. Prestige per dread. I guess that's even fine with us. And that kind of fits for a Norman guy, actually. Not something like, I don't know. Oh, he doesn't even have things like valiant and so on. He could have politica, manipulator. Okay. Marauder is fine, right? Someone who's able to that we can send out when people are kind of trying to revolt or anything, and he will crush them. So he's the head knight of the Norman retainers, a lancer, and if or should he get to the rank 3 here, then we would be able to recruit these guys. And they are freaking expensive, of course. 320 gold just to create. And then just 50 of them having a full maintenance of 1.8 gold or 1.9. But would you have a look at the damage they make? That's yeah, they can crush whole armies by themselves, basically. So that's something to look out for. And yeah, we will have the head knight of the Norman retainers now. That's great. That's really, really great. There we are. Of course, we value him now. He's one of our retainers that will be allowed. As you can see, he does have gold. That was the gold that we paid him to be in our services. Now, that could also reflect that he's getting some land inside of Angoulême, a manor, perhaps, that he's supervising. And that will also make him eligible for marriage. That we'll come back to in a moment. But yeah, there we go. Now, going back to our court, as you can see, now we're not starting this. This will likely take a while, but that's all right with you guys, is it? This is a game, after all, as we do see, about managing these courtly affairs, managing alliances, managing families and their relationships. So now we need to look into that deeply. I can actually see that his sister, Umberge, had an unexpected son, Arostan, with her husband, Adhémar. Now, Adhémar, as we know, is a member of his brother's court in Limousin. And since his brother now has children, though they are both girls, that's something to remember, he's not the first in line of succession anymore, which also puts the younger Adhémar further away from succession. But that child here, Arostan, is also now at the court in Limousin. And I could actually invite him to our court. I guess not directly. We will not ask a 1-year-old baby if they want to come live with us. But I guess he wants to be with his mommy, right? Every baby would want that. So we could pay for travel expenses, and then both he and his father would come to our court, right? That's, of course, money we don't have at this point, but that's something to keep in mind. And next, let's have a look into the marriage situation. I actually created some prepared list in this advanced character search mod that show me at one glance. This is the window of children at court. Then I have all adults at court, and I think 2 is all unbetrothed, all unmarried people at court. Yeah, I think so. Now, I guess sorting this by age would be fine. Yeah, I think, yeah, of course, Renaud is not married. That's fine. That should be like that. Yeah, but we definitely know that Hamburger here is, of course, not married anymore. Her husband, Folk d'Anjou, died last time after he did not recover from a vicious brawl he had at one of our feasts. Yeah, the knight responsible was thrown out. And yeah, and that's how things are. Of course, yeah, like I said, she's 22. She's in her prime, basically. It would be a waste to not have her marry. And yeah, again, she's Norman. I was looking for a Norman connection here as well. And I finally picked up that in Alençon, we have Count Roger d'Alençon of the House of Montgomery. Very important person historically, actually. He was kind of the right-hand man of William the Conqueror. Remained in Normandy throughout the conquest, and yeah, basically ruled over Normandy in William's stead. Loyal, always loyal. And he does have his son and heir. That is this Roger de Montgomery here. And for some reason, he's somewhere here in Italy. Again, just picking up people from Italy. We would have found one way or another, found out about this. And again, now we marry him to Hamburger, and he would accept. And that would mean that he will come to our court. Right? So yeah, that way we'll make sure that Amburga will actually at some point be in a very good position, being a countess herself. That's something we just want to make sure of. So, yep, we'll go for it. Then we can still marry our brother, who has also lost his wife, Beatrice. And we also, we lost the alliance to our duke. And that was what folk really was crying about when she died. His brother was like, "Oh, brother, you're crying for her." And he's like, "No, I'm crying for the alliance that's gone." That being said, I was thinking about not having him remarry. But then again, there's just thinking from folks' point of view, why he would still be able to have issue, more political pawns, right, from our family that we could then use for more of these games. So I was having a look here, and I found her, Adelaida Bosonid. Now, she is of the Bosonid family, and they are quite, as you can see, noteworthy. They are traditionally the counts, or in this game here, dukes of Provence. And yeah, that would make her very reputable. Does not come with an alliance, of course, because she is at a different court. And that was her father. We can see he was a second cousin twice. She's a second cousin twice removed. That is fine. I've counted the links and they were more than 7. So that's good. Yeah, but they are close to power. You can see her father's brother. So her uncle is the Count of Forcalquier. So no direct connection to the duchy itself, but the family name speaks for itself. So, we could do that here. There we go. Yeah, having them marry is okay. That will be good for us too. Prestigious. It's the right marriage for Godfrey, reflecting the importance of our family and so on. Now, I guess it could be argued that he's like 43, she is 19. Isn't that a bit much apart? I don't think people cared that much about these kind of things, but really more about the dynastic connections. And of course, the biological clock is not ticking that much for a man in that position, especially not in CK3. So, that would be just fine. She would be at an age where she should be married, definitely, and have children, right? That's basically what your job was as a woman in the Middle Ages. And there we go. We will send the proposal. More marriages. And finally, so just to finish that off and tick that off, let's have a wife for Baron too. And I found someone. I was maybe I looked for individually before I. No, there we go. All right, probably. Do I have some more filters going? All right, I only have top realm. Oh, yeah, okay. There's a maiden on another court here, Emma de Villeneuve. I think she's totally fitting, great for our court, being gregarious and so on. And a good fit. Tall and kind of pretty. Always like to have people at court that are nice to look at. So, there we go. If he doesn't want her, then being chased and all, then maybe folk will step in. Let's do that. Send proposal and so on. And there we are. I'm still not sure how to proceed with Agnes. She is now pregnant again. If we are prompted, we will take responsibility and say the child is ours. We were not prompted for that child. So not even sure if we can come to a point where we can actually take responsibility. Maybe the finding secrets here will lead to that. But then there's the trouble of her being a drunkard. And that's not a way to act around children, right? Being drunk. Possibly also bad. Generally bad for being a wet nurse. You don't want to have a drunk wet nurse. That's not suitable. That being said, he does feel... affection would be the wrong word. But he does feel a degree of respect. He has a degree of respect for her. So his original plan of casting her aside and just putting her into a monastery is not what he will do anymore. Instead, I thought about this. And in the beginning I said, whenever we have lowborn people at court, they will not marry, they will just be there for their purpose. And that's true, but there comes a time when someone has, proven themselves. So she has definitely proven herself, and on the other hand, we have our Charles here, who has kind of also proven himself, and that is kind of like a good lowborn is seen, not heard, and he is seen and he's never been heard from. So he doesn't have any kind of affiliations, no friends, no enemies. He's just been a steady knight for about 7 years now, and I think that is something that Folk would value and say, okay, once she has that child, I will, have the two of them marry. And that would be kind of their prize, so to say. They might even have some kind of small estate. She does come with some coin already, right, that she would have earned here in that position. But then I'll probably look for someone else to take over that position of wet nurse. So there's that. All right. And I guess now that we are 42 minutes in, we could go. There we are. Oh yeah, I could demand oaths of fealty, okay. Oh, I can make love, and that's... Alright, yeah, there he is. And I need to reassign that position now. There you go. Accepting the marriage proposal. Yes. Accepting another marriage proposal. And another one. We'll just quickly pause here. Whom is he making love to? I do think he makes love to his wife. First of all, because Agnes is pregnant. Said that before. As far as I understand, that was a kind of no-no thing to have sex with a pregnant woman. Possibly kind of because they thought that might endanger the pregnancy. So laying with Countess Kündo would also, again, that would be an authoritative move, right? Like showing her, okay, who's the clear husband here. So there we go. Oh, that even puts us below stress level. All right, okay. We could appoint someone else here already. Oh, and we can. Oh, okay, because Roger here actually would be fitting the role. He's Norman too. Yeah, that is very fitting. So there's that, but yeah, otherwise I could actually find a new knight for this position, but I would not have done that because he's 38. The problem is always you want to have a succession with an accolade where the knight is really old and then the successor is very young, because whenever there is a succession with the accolade, you lose glory, and that could be severe. Right, losing ranks and so on. So you don't want to have quick successions. If your accolade knight is kind of 50 and he passes on the legacy, the accolade to someone who's, 46, and you can tell, okay, he will be there for a maximum of 4 years, and then we have another glory loss and so on. So I would have waited, but I guess at some point Roger will leave our court anyway, so there's, that's okay. Alright, okay, let's do this now here. I demand an oath of fealty, and when it comes to our Géraud here, and he would be the only one who would be demanded. There you go. Let's see, is there actually some kind of event or message that we get for this now? Demanding the oath of fealty. There we go. I, Count Folk of House Taillefer, am the rightful ruler of the realm. It is time to remind my vassals of their place by ordering them to swear fealty before me and affirm my right to rule over them. I shall start by discussing arrangements with my advisors and prepare letters to be sent out. Yeah, there's not that many letters. There's only Géraud. It seems not all of my vessels will be loyal. On second thought, this is a bad idea. No, this is not a bad idea. There you go. Not all of my vessels agreed to kneel before me. Perhaps they do not yet fully appreciate the consequences. Right. And that's the final nail in the coffin for Mayor Géraud of Cognac. We had this time and again. He would defy us. He is kind of... Oh yeah, see? He is making friends in high places. And that's what he thought was his safety net. Like, the folk wouldn't go against his sister. He wouldn't go against the dukes that surround him. The counts that surround him. Oh, you're very mistaken. Oh, you have a 37% chance for this. Which I guess reflects that he was expecting that move. That man is more clever than I give him credit for, actually. There we go. He did evade and he went back to Cognac. Now, how do we act? I guess we could still just revoke the position now. Which is something I do not want. The problem is that he has amassed that much coin. I do want to kind of imprison him. That would not work. So that I'll be able to banish and then take the gold from him. Right? That we don't want someone with that many gold, with that much gold just wandering around. So let's see. I would say we try to imprison him. He would not like it. Our subjects would not like it, but we don't care. And that would probably make him defy us. Now, I don't know how that will work, because then it will go to a war, and I don't know how wars with republics actually work out. He does not have some kind of fortifications, right? So I guess that would be fine for us. I guess we'll just see. He has definitely forfeited the rights to hold this position. He has defied us long enough. We will not have this. He must go. Oh, there we go. We have a marriage at court. It's Roger de Montgomery and Amboga. And would you see that? They are soulmates. Isn't that nice? So what's happening? Another wedding. Oh yeah. We are about to go to war. So I guess this time we're not having a feast. Or are we? I guess it's for our brother, right? We should have some kind of feast. Let's see if I can actually... Oh yeah, and there's also that one here. If I plan a feast for them too, will I get double the... Let's see. 27 gold. Yeah, I guess obviously that would be our brother here. Can't afford. Yeah, hard pressed for money. Maybe this time we'll just make it a little bit... Maybe we still go with the exotic delicacies. But we will go down on the number of courses. Yeah. And whom would we have here? I mean, he's married to a Bosonid now. I'm not sure I could actually invite a Bosonid. Guess if I put in neighboring rulers again. Would he be in that list? No. Well, we just have Aragon and King William. And this time that wouldn't be fitting, right? This is more of an internal affair. No. Extended family does something now. Oh no, that's neighboring rulers. Extended family does nothing still. Okay. Honorary guest in that case. Well, that would be the Duke then. Right. There we go. Alright. And I guess he will do that for recreation. Or do we finally want to seduce someone? I mean, we can only choose from these guys here. But in the end, right, he does not care about these things. We're talking about a feast. He's having a drink. He's having a laugh. And then he's just, you know, doing something. And in that case, yeah, well, his wife and his sister are out of options, I think. Not that, really not an option. He would either go for Maud or for Hamburger. And I think he does like Maud. She would appeal to him, being honest as well. So, yeah. Probably nothing going to come of this. But I guess he will just try. Start the feast. There we go. We have a lovely time ahead of us. Of course. Yeah, but there's this. I'd use this beast of action would put it mildly. Oh, there's still... No, there's not even a war or anything. He's just... I could invite him to the activity and then murder him. No, but that's not it. We need to imprison that guy. How do we do that? If we just revoke the title, he'll be gone. I need to come up with something here. That will... Of course, I would need some kind of hook. That would definitely help. Yeah. It's a bit sad that we don't have some kind of imprison scheme or whatever. That this is just a % chance and sometimes we just can't. Because... why wouldn't I be able to just go in there with a force and drag him out, right? Should be able to do that. I mean, this whole 0% here, I mean, that reflects that he is awaiting this. He will flee in beforehand probably, or just go into hiding somewhere. So that's why that's dependent on opinion, right? Difference in military strength is only that little. He has 45 men. Okay, I'm not sure how we're going to proceed with this. Could just try to imprison him again. I guess that's not working. But, and we would lose some of our precious legitimacy again. So, no, we're not going to have it. Yeah, and I guess that is happening now. People don't like us for it. Let's see, is that really unfriendly? Forced me to marry. Yeah, I did. A tyrant, minus 69. Okay. Ooh, wow. That has taken a toll on us. I guess it's not good to have a personal physician that does not like us. But I guess I'm learning a language, so I can't sway him now. Alright, this is bringing us in some kind of bad waters. You will mull over this. He will think about the topic at his little feast. There we are. We're never getting any coin because we're constantly having these feasts. And at some point, I guess everyone's a drunkard at this court. Oh well. That's how he will be remembered, as the count who hosted feasts. Feast after feast. Alright. There we go. The guests are gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, friends. Alright. Oh, what's happening here? As plate after plate of food is brought into the great hall, an unmistakable smell reaches me, and I smile. That my friendly fellow vassal, Count Geeg, is sensitive to coriander is something I sadly forgot to tell the cook. I bid you all welcome, and I pray you will find the food to your liking. Especially you, geek. Enjoy. Okay. He'll become my rival. Severe penalty on his health. I don't think he has done anything bad to us. So, yeah, that is fine. Having a weak hook on him is good. There we go. Oh yeah, and Guillem now begins his training. Now, the thing is that one of the feasts where we actually finally look at our purse and say, we need to get some coin back for this. we can't just be broke all the time. I mean, yeah, we can open the secret stores again, but this was more of a budget feast from the beginning. I think at this time he's going to be cheap. He's finally going to be cheap about it and say, yeah, okay, pitch in, come on, guys. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my brother Godofrey goes on and on about friendship. And that was how we salvaged that mess. Are you sure not boring you, my lord? Godofrey. Yeah, I think he'll choose that option again. He's blunt. He'll be like, yeah, Godofrey, you know, you're my brother and all, and I do care for you to that degree that you are a member of my family. In that way, I want you to prosper. But apart from that, you bore the tits of me. So, there we go. Sitting opposite my courtier Maud provides me with a veritable treasure trove of ways to tease her without breaking the rules of propriety. Of course, it's all about being. I snapped the small bone of chicken and holding deftly into firm. Wouldn't you agree? I can see from the look on her face that Maud gets my message. What I can't quite discern is her expression. Is that lascivious interest? That's the one again. Is that the face of lascivious interest? She looks horrified, I think. But I guess, yeah. He would just go on with this. Or, oh yeah, that's the one where I would say I prefer honest talk. I would gain 50 stress because I'm lustful. Don't understand that at all. Okay, I don't really understand why I would gain stress here. But it's the... Yeah, this... I mean, it's not about picking an option that suits me best when it comes to the mechanics, but rather choosing the option that would make most sense for his character. So yeah, I'm picking this one, even if I gain stress, right? There you go. I mean, it's already over here anyway. Oh, and there we do have another boy by the end of that feast, so I'll proudly announce that I'm having another son. Isn't that great? And at least I lose some stress that way. There we go. A toast for Duke Guillem. Yeah. Oh, level of devotion. I'm already a sinner. I can't be more than a sinner. There's that. And there we go. What is their relationship, by the way? Oh yeah, just yeah, people that are married relationship. Okay. I lose some more stress. Isn't that great too? There we go. Arrived at my court. Oh yeah. Available perks. I have any perk that goes into that direction? No, don't think so. I think defensive negotiations make most sense. Yeah. There we go. I guess, well, you know, the only thing I could do would go into intrigue and go kidnap her, right? But that's really not who he is. So how do we do this? Do you hear my cat? She's quite noisy down here. Alright, she's going. Yeah. I'll get to you in a second. I can declare war on King William. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm going to do. How do we deal with him? I think I'm going to need to do some research. If any one of you knows how to deal with this, how can we how can we imprison him without just revoking the title here? Because, yeah, he will accept and then he's gone, right? So, and then all the 146 gold are gone too. Maybe I could wait for him to spend that gold. And then get rid of him. Maybe have a look in here in a year or two and see if he's actually at 150 gold and he would invest in another building and then he can go. I don't know. I will need to have a look into this proper. For the time being, he is relatively secure. That annoys me. Oh yes. Baron Durgel is now a Blade Master. My son learned Iberian Vulgar, as did the other son. That's good for them. There's no more languages to study here anyway. Okay. Petitioning the king is not something I can do, I think. There's nothing here that I could actually ask him to do. Yeah. Alright. We'll find secrets in a moment. Oh. While performing her duties as by Master Maria has uncovered a secret helper Makorte Amburger, she was the woman behind a failed murder attempt against Beatrice. Oh. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess you do you. Think that Amburger would ever sink so low. That's... oh. Okay. If Amburger accepts your blackmail, you will gain a strong hook on her. Wow, that's huge again. Again, stressful because he's honest. That's not the way he wants to do things. But he would... That's again where his callous mind comes into place. He would not profit if he was to expose that secret. What would he gain from this? Nothing at all. Instead, he will have her in his pocket too. Right? There you go, blackmail. So even once she's leaving the court, yeah, he'll be able to interact. There you go. Oh yeah, we're still summoning knights, right? Ermengo, right? There we go. I would have thought our relationship not being a secret would make things easier. That doesn't appear to be the case. Being Count Folk's lover meant that all eyes were upon you. Agnes said she felt as if she were constantly being judged, no matter where she went. I wish it were a simple matter for her to shrug it all off, but it is not. The stress of it is clearly affecting Agnes just as it affects our relationship, and it seems there's nothing I can do about it. I guess that is the point in time where he would go, yeah, we need a change here. We need some kind of change. Breaking up with her is obviously going to be stressful. There we are. 25. Which we could take at the moment. But yeah, I think that's the kind of thing he does not want. He wants these kind of affairs to be simply about, you know, a physical exchange. Well, first and foremost. And if she's not into it and she's become a drunkard and everything, I don't think he's into that anymore. She's borne him bastards. That's all right. I think maybe it's time to end this, right? There we go. Of course, she's not very fond of that. That's all right with me too. And now I will finally say, okay, you two guys are allowed to marry. And that will be that. There we go. And yeah, but this will come with officially getting rid of her in this position as well. There we are. I mean, yeah, okay. I could put Emma de Villeneuve in this position. She is a low noble. The thing is, historically speaking, this position would require her to be around the children almost all the time. That would mean, on the other hand, that she does not have time to be a proper wife for her husband. And to them, that would, I guess, feel like a downgrade. Like, not being treated as proper nobles should be. I'll keep that in mind, though. I mean, in the end, Folk always thinks about what suits him best, right? And the people at his court, in the end, are there to serve a purpose. She's not doing anything else. And yeah, she's currently pregnant. That means once she has a child, that she also would be a better wet nurse. I guess he will go with it. He will do this. And yeah, I guess it probably helps that she is easy on the eyes in his mind. And there we are. Right. Yeah. We are doing this. Okay. Really need to look at people's opinion at some point. Like, having a physician that doesn't like me is not a good thing. How's it with counselors? Of course, he's pissed. Yeah, sure. Oh, they could barely keep their hands off each other. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cute, right? She's jumping at this chance of being with a man she's actually allowed to be with. Okay. That's fine. Oh, and now this has happened. But nothing has changed here, so let's see what has happened, actually. Oh no, that's Ramon Berenguer. That's not our overlord. That is the Duke of Barcelona. Can I? Yeah, I thought that would be a problem now. The alliance is gone, and I'm not able to negotiate or renegotiate one. Although I think in that moment, when the marriage between Guilhem and Sancha is triggered, I think we will re-enter the alliance. Let's see what happens then. Okay. My mind is still working on this. I'm already looking for, is there kind of mod that would help me here? But isn't that kind of cheating? I don't know. It's a kind of forced imprisonment. What if would that actually work? Let's say I raise my army. I guess in this case the men-at-arms would be enough, right? At his place. There we go. Raise all men-at-arms here. Yeah, and I'm at their head. Oh, I actually learned the Iberian language. Look at that. After lots of hard work, I finally learned the Iberian vulgar language. Endless hours practicing accentuation, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, countless lessons mastering intonation. It was all worth it in the end. During my efforts, I looked to emulate Jimena's accent. I'm sure that she would be impressed with my results. And of course, Galician peasants now respect me a great deal more. Yeah, I'm sure those Galician peasants will grovel before you, folk. I learned it. I should send a letter in Iberian vulgar to Jimena. Is it Jimena or Jimena? Or Jimena? Again, I don't know. Please tell me if you know. And see the scheme. I mean, of course, why not? We impress her with our knowledge. Yeah. I guess he's not eager to please, but kind of wait for him to say, look at me, I know this now. Okay, does this help in any kind of way? No, it does not. But we are here. We are here to drag you out. Alright, okay. In this band. I go home again. Let's say he's really walled himself up in there. Or he's I don't know, he has hiding places and so on. He's paranoid after all. King Hugues is being attacked by Duke Conan. Okay, so we have a civil war on the kingdom tier level here. And it's the king against a league of attackers for independence. Okay. All of these guys here are with him. I guess it's all just Brittany. Brittany seeks independence. Yeah, okay, good for them. Don't have any hard feelings about this. Oh, but we see that Guillaume is entering that war. Is he or is he not? Let's check again. Oh yes. Oh. He's likely not going to succeed. I think that's a new setting that I just switched on, where you can definitely call the vassals and they kind of have to, otherwise they'll be called oathbreakers. Oh no. No. I did not just learn this language to immediately forget about it. No. 125 stress. You gotta be kidding me. Ugh. Damn it. Now, 125 stress. That will likely lead me to the border of stress level 2. Jesus Christ. Oh, no, at the border of stress level 3. Or somewhere near there. Next level at 100. Yeah, and then the next level at 200. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Alright, okay. But again, no. F you, game. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Bastard. How could you keep this from me? Agnes is in fact a bastard. Yes, of course, she is. I mean, why is that a surprise to anyone? You learn of Agnes's child heritage secret. Now. Key secret until now. All this time. Can I actually say... Could I expose that secret? Yeah, I guess I can. There we go. Yep. Why is he holding a grudge? Oh, goddammit, game. That does not make any sense. Alright. Slept with my spouse. Yeah, I did. Before you were married. Why are you so concerned with that? I guess it's a matter of honor and stuff. Oh, we're failing everyone here, are we? Making enemies in all the wrong places. But again, as long as he is in control, he does not mind about these things. He does not care. I will pardon her, of course, for this. There you go. Oh, yeah. I hope, or I would have hoped, that Géraud here does have some kind of secret. Because that would make it easier for me to do something about it. Forward. There we go. He's at 150 gold. Maybe he will invest it. Construct a new building. Let's see. Let's have a look. Let us have a look. Oh, and there this happened. And... damn it. I had so many hopes for you, my sweetest child. No, he did not. How... the game is cruel. For no reason at all. Cruel to me. Like, why do I gain stress? Critical stress from the son I know was not my son dying. Oh dear. Oh lord. Okay. Stress level 2. Severe penalty. I need to do something about that. What can we do? A hot springs visit. That's a rice thing, I think. And yeah, you lose stress, but you lose very, very little stress, and it costs a lot of gold for that purpose. I mean, you could take that mockery to a new height, and actually hold a little ceremony for the son having died. Yeah. I mean, talking about medieval realism again, okay? He was 1 year old. It was very common for children to die young. So you would not have some kind of proper burial for a baby, basically. They would just be buried in a private ceremony, very small, because it happens so often. So this is very unrealistic, and just for me to do this because I would lose stress is not a legitimate cause. Oh yeah, by the way, I could sway him. There we go. Yeah, the question is swaying actually something that he would do? But I guess that's where his negotiator part comes in, right? That's one of the tools in his belt, and he's going to use it. Now, how do we get rid of stress? Could finally look for go for a hunt. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Yeah, that might actually be what he could do in this moment. Going on a hunt is a very noble thing to do. Not being noble in what you are doing, but rather in that you are doing it. Also goes with some representation, and he hasn't done that so far. I guess in that case I could also come back to Charles, and now that his wife does not have that position anymore, I could actually make him the master of the hunt. Right? Look for track regular game. Okay. Could wait now for him to actually find some game, but I guess... confirm. Oh, that's farmlands. Is not good. But I guess that counts for the whole county now, does it? I'm gonna go again. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. So, whose opinion? All right, yeah, okay. It's a danger. There's danger going here because he's there. But maybe it's also... It's, yeah. Would he actually come? He would come to this. Can I uninvite him? Could I actually uninvite him? I think that's not possible, right? That's a bit stupid. Oh, he will definitely have someone trying to shoot at him at this event, by the way. Definitely. Definitely. Master Geoffroy. But hey, what's... Yeah, we will do this, of course. For recreation or slaying a beast. I guess we could go for recreation in that case. There you go. Start the hunt. Don't think about it twice. Just do it. Oh yeah, there we go. Life has never been easy. Feels like loss of my son has pushed me over the edge. Still so young, so I'm like, okay. I'm still not sure why that would affect him so much. Because, again, he's callous. He knows that wasn't his son. I think he would, if at all, he would be relieved about this. Right? No. Definitely not grieving. Managed grief. Or becoming a drunkard himself. What is managed grief doing? Ugh. I hate the tooltips. Can you actually... There we go. Managed grief for 5 years. I don't like any of this. I think he shouldn't be here. He shouldn't have to make that kind of decision. But maybe that's something that's going on in his mind. Like all the things that have recently been happening. All of this kind of stress of dealing with the mayor who's not doing what he wants to do. His wife going behind his back. The loss of his lover. So he does not have that kind of outlet anymore as well. And... I mean, him being honest does work really well when it comes to the confider trait. But then it's the question, would he turn to his wife after everything? Maybe that is the paradox. Maybe that is what he would do. Because in the end, she is bound to him now. With the massive hook he has on her. Like, he can be candid about things where he's not just blunt and honest, but he's vulnerable and honest. Because he knows that she's not going to spill the beans. Or at least he thinks so. I will pick that. Pick that because it's the... Yeah, I guess in long term it's the best option. There we go. Not good for me right now, obviously, but yeah. So, as we wait for the arrival of the rest of the guests, my servants can get started on the preparations. The gamekeepers check the grasslands each day for signs of quarry, while establishing a camp closer to the hunting grounds. I've checked my gear and horse many times. It won't be long now. Alright, who is actually coming to this? A Master Geoffroy of House Burrell. A local adventurer. We have Emery of Montaigu, we have Guy of Limousin, Anne of Albret, Ostor of Poitiers is also coming, and we have our favorite mayor here. Now the thing is, I could try to murder him here. I don't think that's his MO. That's not something that he would do. And again, then we lose all that precious coin. Now, bringing someone to court. Guy de Sabran. I guess. Although, yeah, I mean, yeah, we have established that we don't like sadism. And I guess we don't want to have someone in court that is, in this case, just a knight, but he comes with ambition. No, I don't think I like this. I don't want this man at my castle. Don't want him here. He might starting to get delusions of grandeur. Charles, your master of the hunt, summons the party to gather as the light reaches the camp in the flatlands near Cognac. After piecing together information from the few local gamekeepers, there is some talk about the tracks and fumes nearby. It stalks the forest, snatching livestock from nearby villages and terrorizing gatherers. Charles grins. This ought to be fun. Oh, we are Oh! Oh! A bear. Alright, okay. We are looking for a bear. Okay. Poachers. I think that's something he cannot deal with right now. He's stressed as he is. Right? So any kind of confrontation here, hanging them, having the villagers pay and so on, that is... I mean, it's nice to have that holding text modifier. But again, I want to play this. So he comes in this stressed. He just wants to hang out with other nobles, doing the things that he likes. And now there are these peasants here who have been poaching. And I guess he will just brush them off and say, get the hell out of my forest. My grasslands, sorry. Get out of my grasslands, please. That's something a person would say. Oh, my arousal causing stress. Oh, no. My nephew-in-law, Emery, is crouched down on the ground, humming cheerfully, picking lavender. Again, this is the 14th of January. How can you be picking flowers in the winter? Count, what a bounty of nature. Look at these plants. Truly the wealth of the earth knows no bounds. We do not appreciate these simple treasures enough. Yeah, get back on your horse, mate. Get back on that effing horse. Not here to do any of that flower picking in January. Okay, what do we do here? We ride after it. Or we just head it off. Attempt to ambush. We ride after it. Okay, yeah, more perilous, of course. Attempt to corner the bear. I mean, yeah, if that's the option that will bring us there faster, then here we go. Someone might as well die here. Someone is going to die. And that might as well... Is that me? Or is that... No one, because that thing is gone. Okay. I follow the beast's tracks into the plains as though in a trance. An almost unnatural silence hanging heavy over the world. Count, there you are! The sudden shout startles me. Charles and the rest of my party have caught up. It got away this time. Yeah, we get a legendary sighting, okay. I was just scouting ahead. Alright, that is a lie. You fools, I almost had it. And I won't waste any time on this folly. Yeah, okay. A legendary sighting is always a kind of... a sword with two edges. Because you will regularly have to hunt for it in order to keep it going. And you never actually can hunt the thing. It's like a carrot that's held in front of you, and you're chasing the carrot while you're moving. And I've done it like once or twice out of, I don't know, 20. So yeah, this is the barest of chances to get. Does he care enough to go for it? Or does he say, no, I'm not going to waste any time for this? Yeah, we just say, it got away. Okay, it's okay. It got away. We know it's here. The legendary bear in the grasslands. But that's about it. Okay. Let us leave this behind for now. Oh yeah, the head knight of the Norman retainers gained 20 glory. At least there's that. We lost some 44 stress. Okay. Hunter experience. Okay. There we are. Arrival. At long last, I'm finally home. There's nothing better than arriving back in Angoulême after a long journey. I look forward to resting for some time, but the call of the road beckons ever onward. Thank God I can go inside again. I was gone for 77 days. Okay. Took quite a while to do this. Oh yeah, there we go. I can make love. And yes, of course, he does that. Her first words at 3 years old. I guess I'm asking what else can she do? And make love. Not at the same time. Not at the same time. Alright, that at least brings us back to 0 stress. For whatever weird reason, might even bring him closer to his wife to some degree. Unfaithful. Yeah, of course. Of course he has been unfaithful. There we are. 3 sons. 3 bastards. Yeah, that's his lot in life. I guess Guilhem will not have that problem at all. Not at all. He will think about this and think like, why was my father actually doing these kind of things? Any normal person is repulsed by the thought of sleeping with another woman, let alone an affair. Greetings, uncle. Despite the best efforts, we did not uncover any secrets. So is that just because she couldn't, and there are still secrets? Maybe we just tried one more time. But then that's enough for him as well. He's not going to dwell on this for too long. He lacks that kind of vengefulness for that. Alright. Oh, there we go. It's good to see Guilhem so dedicated, as of late, towards his duties and responsibilities as the future ruler of Angoulême. He attends court, meets with my council to keep up to date on the county's affairs, and even tours the countryside regularly to stay abreast of commoners' concerns. It's all I can do to convince him to take a break. Oh wow, okay. His air training progresses significantly. Right, there's this, I think that's part of the... Which mod actually? Is it Love, Marriage, Family? One of these mods that is concerned with the upbringing of people and so on. So now he's a prepared heir. Oh no, he's going towards it. And if he reaches that, he will get a trait. I think that increases stewardship. I don't know. A mighty pen, picking up the padded swords for a sparring match with my son. I notice a tattered journal cast to one side. From the cover, it seems to contain exercises and best practices pertaining to the martial arts. Guilhem glances in my direction. Oh, that thing. I mostly read it for the illustrations. Yeah, read it. I guess they both can't read. Also, it's a learning of 3. So, it's just the illustrations. Oh, my martial increases, actually. Thank you, son. There we go. There he is. Oh, yeah. Confider. Will you actually go and confide a little more? I guess maybe not now that he feels roughly okay. Always chasing gold, right? Never have any gold to do anything. Okay, what's up with you? You're still hoarding your money. I guess he does, because he kind of knows that that's... the threat of him taking his gold with him is keeping me from doing anything to him. That... dastardly villain. I can't do anything. And he has another son. Oh, and we have a child of our dynasty. Another boy. Oh, Ordwin. I think that's a name very prominent in our family. Yeah. So he can have that one. I think one of the earlier Counts of Angoulême was called Ordwin. Or even more of them. Boils. Crappy. There's the crappy city. Oh, the crappy city is up here in Valois. Okay. That's of no concern to me. Well, I guess for the time being he does not have to search for any kind of quarry. Promoting friendship. Still. Yeah, I guess that would suit her. She... Oh, no, that's gone now. Okay. I guess if she wasn't ill, she would be better in aptitude here. Now that she also has a child. Eugène Durgel. That's a nice name. Anything else that we can have a look into that might cause us to spend less money? Okay. Yeah, okay, you know best. It seems that our son Robert is actually our son, and that having blonde hair does not mean he's a bastard. That's good to know. That's at least good to know. What else is new at our court? Let's open our character windows. See if we have any new kids. Yeah, go by age. We have a Roger de Montgomery. Okay. We have a Eugène d'Urgell and Audouin Taillefer. Alright. Alright. He is swayed. That is good. But yeah, have those balls spread. Why would I care? So, what's happening here? They are in Anjou. Or for whatever reason, either it belongs to them here. Oh, he has 11. No, he's only 1,000. I don't think. Or is that just Count Duke? Oh yeah, Count Geoffroy III of Anjou. I guess disgruntled vassal. Already here. Like, Still, part of my family. Let's see how that evolves. Alright. Yeah, let the time tick away. There's a lot of spreading though. Where is it now? Let me just... Alright. Okay. Up and along the Seine and north of it. So, very far away from us. How do we get to him? Still thinking about this. I guess, well, murder scheme again. Yeah. Well, first of all, that's not what he would do. Second of all, by the way, if you do see this mark for capture thing, that's a mod thing, and that's not working in this case because I cannot raid him if I wanted to. Okay, let's try to... He has played his hand very well, has Giraud. I have to hand it to him. Anything else I could do? Oh yeah, of course. I'm overwhelmed by stress. Let me just, before I get another notification here, maybe it's time to talk to a confidant after all. All courtiers lose 10 opinion of you. Oh. I couldn't care less. I was talking to Ximena. Oh, she's not a drunkard anymore, by the way. She lost that trait. That's good. After a long conversation with my niece-in-law Ximena, I can feel my thoughts calming down. However, as I rejoin the court, I can see the jealousy on the courtiers' faces. After all, who wouldn't want to have Ximena's trust? My mind is at ease, and that's all that matters. Really. They still have the one boy. Yeah, now she's pregnant. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. I was just talking to her. Promise. I promise that wasn't me. Oh. And history is repeating or coming to fruition. Heinrich is excommunicated. Oh. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah. Right. There we go. He can, and so he does. Oh, and there we are. Yeah. All of this lifestyle has caught up with him finally. And he's starting to become Poor in health. At 50. This evening's gathering at Angoulême was a quiet affair, and mostly uneventful. For no reason I could discern, the topic of conversation turned to my father. Dead and departed now for years. The family spoke of him in hushed whispers, sometimes with amused chuckles and other times with bitterness. Until finally Godfrey stood up and called for everyone's attention. Let us all raise a glass in the memory of Count Geoffroy, my brother called to those assembled in the great hall. He ruled well over the county of Angoulême while he lived and resides now in heaven, but the memory of him will remain with us always. May God watch over him for all eternity. Hear, hear. Oh, that's great. That's giving us renown. Oh, wow. That also means we are going to get a dynasty legacy. Yeah. I'll do that in a second. First of all, this. Guilhem came to me this morning with a rather interesting plan. Father, I know you do your best to train me as your heir, but not all of my education can be found here at Angoulême. I was thinking perhaps I might visit Count Raymond Bernard for a time. Noticing my reluctance, he quickly continued, he's well versed in matters of stewardship after all, and I wouldn't even be leaving France. Spending a few months with him in Albi could teach me a great deal. It's possible Guilhem has ulterior motives and simply wishes to finally get out of the castle. Well, then I could blame him. He wants to learn from that guy here. And yeah, I guess I will allow it. I want him to be a good successor in the end. So yeah, okay, he may go. He may go. There we are. Now, we can pick a dynasty legacy. And that's the question of what kind of legacy would we choose for him? Yeah. I think glory makes the most sense, does it? Respect and loyalty with which others want to be associated. I think that comes close to what we've been representing here all the time. Respect and loyalty. Get some marriage acceptance, that's quite nice. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Glory. We are being glorious. So let's see how long he will make it, actually. I hope that Guilhem will... will be an adult before he will kick the bucket. Oh, by the way, he is 6 years old. That means he can get a guardian. I said before that in medieval times you would have this thing where boys and girls would be educated by women before they were like 6, 7-ish. And then I could do this thing where I would appoint a female guardian before that age. That would be stressful for me, micromanaging all these kinds of things, and I have to keep that in mind all the time, so that's not working out for me. And I guess it's already reflected by the wet nurse mechanic, right? So, yeah, we don't have to do that. We'll just look for guardians at the age of 6. Now, Basile here is actually someone who would like to go into the diplomacy area. And I guess if he wants to do that... Oh yeah, now he can also learn Iberian. That is something that we would like him to do. Now, I said before, obviously giving him to Emma would be good in terms of his education, but she is a woman. Maybe finally it's someone that Godfrey can take care of. Right, he can't do that wrong. It's just a bastard in the end. Oh yeah, and convert culture so he becomes Occitan. That would be nice, I think. Should be part of our culture too. Should little Basile. Second proposal. There we are. Auton Guillaume Taillefer leaves infancy with fluency in dog vulgar and so on. Oh, he's ill. I guess do not more than is necessary. Ah, okay, he feels a little brighter, but Manasseh offered me a clear potion in a gilded vial, as I had tasted some previous remedies at Manasseh's I were worried at first, but when I drank it, it could detect neither. Or excellent work. Yeah, this is not working for us. How will I be able to get some kind of health boost for now, so that I don't die right now? I guess. Having another feast might actually get us there. Robert's first steps. Yeah, that's nice. But what else can he do? I guess. He finally arrived at a point where he's not too stressed all the time. And now that. What about the... Also was managed grief. Reduce disease system. Huge boost. And I guess that's a severe penalty. So that does not even itself out. Alright. Anything else really I could do? Don't think so. That hot springs visit finally. I guess historically that would make sense. Low profile private trip to hot springs. Lose more stress. Gain less prestige. But I'm not sure if I would get some kind of health modifier as well, which I should, because that was the kind of thing people did when they were ill or didn't feel good. They would go and take a bath. Yeah, which is actually why all these places that you go to, even nowadays, that have some kind of clinic for rehabilitation. In Germany, at least, they have that name Bad before them. Bad. And that means bath, literally. So you go there because it would be associated with having a bath. A hot bath. Some kind of hot springs thing. Am I able to just wait it out? Hope that this trait will be gone before he dies. I would at least like to have Guilhem return. Shape him in my image. No. A varying skill set is only beneficial. Yeah. Lately I've been pondering the education of my son Guy. Is scholarship really the appropriate direction? Yes, it is. We want him to... Oh. He's cynical. I think that doesn't match well with what he is supposed to be doing. Okay. Well, it doesn't work out all the time, right? Children have a mind of their own. She's 5, 4... Is there anyone else in court that would kind of need educating? No. Diplomacy perk is available, I guess. Could gain more diplomacy for the good that it does. Guess it doesn't even make sense looking for that other alliance now, even if I can. Would he actually... Oh, if I join war... Can't even ask for that alliance right now, okay. But I thought I could. He's still allied. Hold on, folk. You can do it. You can do it. And he's having another child. Tanseda Taillefer. Do we have a name that is from our ancestors? Petroni. What a nice name. There you go, little Petroni. On his way. I've just heard back from Guilhem, and his trip to Albi has come to an end. Evidently, Count Raymond Bernat declined to host him at the castle. So instead, Guilhem spent most of his time there having an excellent time hunting in the surrounding wilderness, okay? Technically, that does not fulfill the promise Count Raymond Bernard made. Guilhem did have access to Albi, if not the castle, but it's hardly what I'd call proper hospitality. Yeah, that's kind of rude. A proper nobleborn, heir to a county, and he was not being had at the castle. Yeah, so his training doesn't go anywhere. At least he's a hunter now. So there's that. Yeah, and he's returning. He's 14, so yeah, not quite ready to take over responsibilities. What do we have here? While traveling, my entourage and I came across a circle of burnt dead trees. It is an unusual sight and a curiosity gets the better of us. Not a curiosity, just curiosity. As we enter this dark grove, we see a large rock surrounded by several spikes with skulls skewered in them. On top is a chest filled with many treasures, gold, jewelry, gems, and more. No one has heard of this location, strangely enough. I think that's a trap. I think that's a trap. Curse of the Grove, what will that be? Okay. But he's callous, is he? He's a callous man. Would he really care about what kind of pagan god would think about him? I guess not. I think he couldn't care about this. There you go. Supposedly cursed. Alright. Oh yeah, well, how much worse can it get? He needs coin in the end. I guess he's not greedy even. Like, he just knows that he can do well with these treasures. Now we do have some money. Maybe the money that Guilhem will need to pay for our funeral. So, there's that. Still hoping that he will lose that ill trade in time. Yes, he does. All this kind of... I was not jinxing it. I was doing the opposite. He loses the trade ill. And would you look at that? For now, he's still in poor health. But I guess he's not on death's doorstep. What's the time? We have about 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, that war is over. So Brittany will remain in France. I guess I can put the rally point back here. Oh, he is building something. That means he has got rid... still 47 gold. That's quite a lot. And what would we do then? Do we have someone to replace him as steward? Who would take that position then of being... right? Who would be in Cognac then? As I said, I want low nobles... Would Charles really be an option? Oh, look at her. She's also got rid of her... Oh, she's still melancholic now. Oh. But she's got rid of the drunkard trait, so she's kind of recovering. Yeah, that stress is gone, I guess. Time goes on. The Cornish... What? Why would I care about the Cornish culture? Yeah. I don't even have someone proper to put in that position here. Yeah, there's Roger. He could be an interim guy in that position. Or Ademar. But, as I said before, the care of the town itself, I would like to leave to a low noble or even lowborn. Yeah. Getting stressed. I know. Inviting characters to court. Whom do we have here? Guyos. Oh, he's actually quite good. Prowess and all. Question of loyalty. Come on. Are you kidding me? I know what's happening here. Well, but I'm not assuming that I'm the father. I'll just go that route again. Tell me. Are you going to do this game again with me? Cold intent. Yes, she's trying to play the same effing game. I don't believe you. I have no reason to believe you. No reason at all. And now... Oh, there's that. Tonight, family gathering at the Great Hall in Angoulême was quiet for once. It gave me time to catch up with my friend, Jimena. Oh, she's my friend now. Oh, yes, she is. As the evening wore on, more and more of the family retired, though honestly we barely noticed. We regaled each other with stories, and I talked of my plans for Angoulême, and she listened with rapt attention. She told me of the various troubles she had in her marriage. Aha, you have trouble in your marriage? I nodded along and pretended to understand her concerns. By the time we stopped, both of us realized that everyone else had gone and it was dark. Jimena laughed, apologizing that she'd monopolized so much of my time, but to tell the truth, it felt good to spend such time with a friend. Oh, there was a 75% chance for it to... Oh, there we go. As I stood outside our private chambers, hiding behind the door, my heart was heavy and my mind filled with dread. I knew what I had to do to apologize for my baseless suspicions that had revealed naught but my own distrust. The room was filled with soft morning light and the scent of sweet incense. Countess Künder was standing in the middle of the room, her face unreadable. But as I stepped closer, I saw the disappointment in her eyes. I gather your spies have failed you, she said quietly. Are you satisfied? I could not bring myself to look at her as I confessed my fears. I promise. I promise I'll never doubt you again. She reached out to take my hand. Oh, okay. But yeah, definitely losing more opinion here. That is quite interesting, right? If I take this development seriously and just don't try to put it in a different narrative, then there really is some kind of change here in their relationship. So quite possibly she has actually done the unthinkable and reverted this, because she did not go back to the mayor. Instead, she has only slept with her husband, and now she's pregnant, right? And she would know that he would come again. She acted the same way as before. But now no one could actually find out, or there was probably an alibi or something, or maybe she never left the castle and there was not a feast in recent times, so she wouldn't have contact with that mayor here. So now there's no evidence, and this is finally giving her, right, throwing the ball back in her court. He's kind of playing 4D chess with him. And okay, I'll acknowledge it. He has lost this battle. The war is still ongoing, though. Still ongoing. I guess it all ties in with him not feeling well. Now I've become a regent again. Yeah, the recognition. I like it. He is traveling, right? He's traveling to the court in Paris. Maybe his coronation or something. I wonder why he's not crowned. Heinrich is still not crowned. He is crowned. I'm just worried that there's a mod conflict or something, and the coronation staff is not firing. Well, I guess we'll go back to her then. No, she's. I said we don't do that, right? Let me just check. Who's that? Oh yeah, that's my bastard daughter. Yeah, an Iberian. Let me just quickly think about her, because I was thinking about... very hard. I get it. I get that it's very hard. I mean, that is something I guess he would do. Confusing friendship with something else. Or maybe not even confusing, but rather... damn it. Don't stop messaging me. Damn it. I need to blur things out now. Okay. An angry suffragan bishop. It is late in the day when I'm suddenly interrupted by one of my counselors bursting into the throne room in a rage. Your son today had the temerity to give me orders. Orders! Reino shouted. as if I were some common servant and not your suffragan bishop. I raised my hands, urging the man to calm himself. You must remember, I'm training Guilhem to one day rule, and he will be your count once I'm gone. He is not the count yet. I teach him greater tact. I convince him to help. Or I let the two of them work it out. Yeah, this is causing me stress. That doesn't progress. Regresses. Yeah. I think that is something as a negotiator, right? He would try to teach his son that there are moments when you definitely should show your authority and everything else, but there are also moments when you must use compromise and the ability to negotiate. So yeah, I will try to help him. He understands. That is great. Yeah, he's now 80% towards that goal. Still hoping I can make it somehow. I do have a little coin at least. Oh, and he's still a sinner. Will that be the point in time? Oh, we have a... What do we have here? A liberty war. Alright. The mandate that Duke Guilhem has issued instructs me to seek revenues for the throne, and one form of income currently tragically underfarmed by my liege are the courts. Magistrates and minor nobles fine petty criminals daily, yet keep most of the funds raised. Angoulême is particularly rich in such riffraff, and hiking the cost of fines on the locals for their misdemeanors would be highly profitable, if also highly unpopular. A criminal's a criminal in the end, yeah. All work should demands little remuneration. Nah. Outside of my remit. But I'm always doing these kind of things at my own expense, right? Popular opinion minus 50. So why would I do this? Right? He knows that he is, well, he's helping he's helping the Duke, but at the cost of his own county. No, I don't think he would do that in that case, right? Cost of fines on the locals. No, for the misdemeanors. I don't know. I don't think he would feel that much of commitment in that role that he's currently in. He wants to represent. He does not want to overdo it. Yeah. Oh, not doing that. In that sense, I don't like most of the Regency events because they always go in that direction. Like, why would I help someone like just for helping them and at my own cost? Especially when you're callous. Oh, Amburger has gained the trait consumption. That's not nice. She does have a child though. 2. Roger and Barnabe. That's her child still from that she's bringing up herself. Adelinde. I'm hoping she will stay at the court should they move to Alençon. Oh, we do have a new pope. And that is Pope Stephanus. And would you look at that? He actually... Oh, he's already 85. But he has a positive opinion of us. Look at that. I was trying to say earlier, he would be concerned about being labeled a sinner still. That would be a concern for him. And he knows that he's aging. And he knows that he doesn't have much time left. So there are several things we could think of here. No, we don't need Iberian Volga tutors. That's fine. That's fine. We don't need them. Would he actually be thinking about going on that... where is it? Whoop. Unavailable? Why is it unavailable? Oh yeah, of course. I was a regent, and now I'm actually leading an army. I see. There I am. Okay. That's what I will do, I guess. In this war here. 4,400 against 9,000. Okay. Quite a lot of guys on their end of the battle. Vermandois, Champagne, Boulogne, Berry. Brittany, of course, again. There's going to be some change here, I guess. After that is all done. And I have another son. Not naming him Robert. We have a Robert already. God damn it. Are these the only options? Ricard, Folbert, Robert, Maynard, Folbert, Geoffrey. Okay, he will be Geoffrey. That's fine with me. Another son. One girl and she's a bastard, and the other guys are all sons. By the way, I did not look for a person to show her the ropes. That must be a woman again. And I think, yeah, giving her to my niece is quite the thing we would do. Converting her to Aquitaine is also good. There we go. So yeah, can't do anything because I'm in an army. Can only hope that this will be over soon. At least Guillaume here will soon be an adult. Considered an adult. His wife already is, and look at her. Wrathful, deceitful, brave. Thinker, okay. At least mixed in her attributes here, some martial, some stewardship, some learning. That's alright. I think she will be, well, she will probably be a tough cookie to handle for him. Especially like with the lack of physical attraction and everything. Oh, we have a child of my dynasty. Oh yeah, he's really productive, is he? Let's look for Katerina. There you go. Do we already... Oh, I can choose... Oh, I have probably forgotten about that then, right? No, he's with her. And there is Inez, who's now 6. And whom we can also... Yeah, I guess that would be fitting, giving her to the care of Umberge. There we go. Oh yeah. At death's doorstep. Only made it to 51. I guess that's when you lead a life that's full of... You know what he will be doing? What he will be doing is... I can't even do that now. Where is it? Build low. You are in an army. Oh, are you kidding me? I guess I could get out of this by saying I resign from the council. I mean, he's effectively, he knows he's dying. He's in no way fit to lead an army, so yeah, I guess he can be excused, right? Yeah, I think he's more concerned about his... yeah, there we go. And Guillaume comes of age. Good stuff. Hey, he's a Grey Eminence. Great stuff. Look at that. 4 stars. All right. Betrothed can marry. Yes, of course. There we are. And what I will do is building. Now, what shall we build? And we shall build either a small or a large monastery. There's only a difference of 25 gold here in the end. I mean, what is only 25 gold is quite a lot for us. 100, and then there's 50, and that's 200. But there, your dynasty gets 25 renown for each level of devotion, and there we don't get this, and that's only 25 gold more. We will build a large monastery for the glory of the Lord, for our own redemption, basically. For those of status such as myself, one way for us to show our devotion to God as good Catholics is to found Christian religious sites. In doing so, we not only improve the spiritual lives of the locals, but also perform penance for our sins, and to demonstrate our piety. I have thus ordered for the construction of a large Catholic monastery. Here, monks and nuns can focus on spiritual matters and study theology and the scriptures in a peaceful environment. This sizable structure may also host a number of services for the local community, such as through hospitals, schools, and various economical buildings like breweries. All in all, this building will take some time to finish, but I'm sure the wait will be worth it. I look forward to its completion. Yes, so basically what will happen is, and I think I talked about this in the last episode as well, is this monastery will be built so that the monks in the monastery can pray for our folks' salvation, so that he doesn't end up in hell. Right? It's 1077. I'm not sure at which point in time the we will have the concept of purgatory, and that is actually quite important, because with the invention of purgatory, the Catholic Church is basically saying, okay, maybe you have sinned. That doesn't mean that you're directly going to hell, but you will be in this longer process where your soul is being cleansed of your sins. And you will do that in the fires of hell and everything. It will be very painful. But that stretch of time depends on that kind of level of sinner that you are. And that is especially when those monks would come in that would pray for you. You would expect your time in purgatory to lessen. So, yeah. Yeah, but even at that point in time, that would still be a concept, even without purgatory. Yeah, you would just think, maybe if I do this, I won't go to hell. Can make love once more. Yeah, I don't know. Why not? It's at least something that that he does, even when he doesn't feel good. Due to educate child, always good. Yeah, reduce stress level, I'll take it. My brother Godofrey has been quarreling with his niece Countess Emmeline for days. Just now I can overhear them arguing in the next room over... Unbelievable, Godofrey shouts. How can a swine like you believe you are the ideal manifestation of Taillefer family virtues? I'm clearly far more deserving of that distinction than you are. Well, you would be, because you're a Taillefer and she's not. Like, first of all. Oh yeah. I'm not going to intervene in this. Let them sort their quarrels. I don't have time for this now. Definitely not. Okay, we have a wedding celebration. Oh, I should do a feast, right? But I don't have the money. Arr! Let me just check. Shouldn't have invested that much into the monastery after all. Let me check. Can I go really, really low? Yes, I can. It's a budget feast, my son. But you know, it's the thought that counts. And now we don't even get like anyone higher here. It's like, nah. We don't want to have anything to do with that. Who's the honorary guest? Honorary guest must be a guest, of course. Maybe, in his dying days, he's going to invite Mayor Giraud and then humiliate him in front of everyone. Let's do that once. Let's have this once. Oh yeah, have the knights there, have everyone else there to witness this. And maybe take one on the way out. Or maybe he's really too old for that kind of thing now. Like, he's feeling not that well. to engage in that whatsoever. And he's seen before that he can't just say to someone, hey, I'm the Count, I want to lie with you, and you'll do it. Doesn't work. Doesn't work like that. Okay, we started the feast. And we will have a lovely time ahead of us. Now, maybe we'll even get some kind of health modifier from this. There we go. Mayor Giraud, look at him. Our steward and vassal. He has played his cards very well, finding all of these noblemen that would be upset if he were to leave. Even people like his sister, who's like, yeah, really close to him and very important at the court. Now, welcome, my friends. And there we are. Is there anything more jovial than a good feast? No, there isn't. Guests throng to and fro, eating and chatting while flickering torchlight plays of every wall, and so on. We've at this event a lot of good folk to mingle with. I guess this would have been the stuff that he was done when he was alright. Maybe for the first point in time he's actually enjoying something here and just letting his joyful side, his lustful side, take over for once. Oh. Aha. They have a lot in common. What is this? Forming a friendship with him? What is happening? So he's been talking to him, and now he's finding out that, hey, maybe he's not so bad after all. Someone unseen has slipped me a note during the feast. The sound of your voice is the balm for my weary soul. I would be blessed if I could be by your side, that I may know if you're as thin as you look from afar. As thin as you look from afar? What kind of compliment is that? You should do everything I want all the time. Okay. Who could this tender letter be from? I don't think that's very tender at all. I don't think that's tender at all. I'm way over time, by the way. We will continue doing this and then we'll stop. Who could this tender... There was something about the way Countess Emmeline looked shyly at me, or how Maud smiled when we met. Then again, Emma seemed very eager to sit close to me. Who is that letter from? Now, could we deduce from their personalities? The sound of your voice is the balm for my weary soul. I may know if you're as thin as you look from afar. You should do everything I want, all the time. This is someone who tries to get close to him, to get his attention. Right? Someone who's attention-seeking, someone who... I think it's her. I think it's Emmeline, our niece. Lustful, callous, impatient. I think she has made advances before. Didn't we have another feast where she kind of sort of mingled with him too? Gave him the impression... Well, oh, look at that. Look at that, rivals with everyone. I guess she would feel very lonely. She's probably a very lonely person. She has this one daughter from her husband. Anyway, let's have a look. There's Maud. Honest and zealous. I don't think this could be her. No, don't think so. And we have Emma, who's arrogant. Who's arrogant? And this would fit to arrogance, right? Also new here. Maybe trying to gain some leverage at court. That would make sense too. It's definitely not Maud, but it could be Emmeline and it could be Emma. I may know if you're as thin as you look from afar. Is that a hint at that she is not close to him because she's at the court of her husband? I'm gambling. I think it is Emmeline. And it probably wasn't, because otherwise I would have gotten a notice. So that was the... must have been the other one then, right? Why is she now in the top here? You are something special, folk, Guilhem tells me. Mayor Giraud and Countess Emily nod their heads in agreement. There we are. Yeah. Oh! Oh! Wasn't he at the feast? Wasn't he here just now? Okay, now we're coming to this. The feast is starting to draw to a close. My visitors are surely expecting me to lavish a little attention on Mayor Giraud, our esteemed guest of honor. They've been friendly during the evening, and he has kind of seen a new side to him, perhaps. Look at that. The opinion has come from, I don't know, minus 100 to now minus 17. He's a good steward. He has been playing his cards very, very well. There is something probably that folk can appreciate in that. He's being impertinent. He's a constant nuisance. Doesn't do as he's told. At the same time, he's doing his job well. Yeah. I'll hand it to him, I think. In that case, I will hand it to him. Had this gone differently, had they been antagonistic here, might have gone the route that I wanted to take initially. But I think in that case, I'm handing it to him. Oh, another pope. Who's also poor health. Oh, this whole aged thing, where does that come from? That's a mod thing. Ah. That's making all people kind of getting in poor health when they're over 50. I'll have a look into this. Maybe that's not the right thing to have. Sic transit gloria mundi. Yes, we have a pope. The Most Reverend Lord Cardinal Ildebrando, that was him, has been elected as Supreme Pontiff and has chosen for himself the name Pope Gregorius the 7th. Alright, and he likes us even better, would you look at that. Isn't that great? Okay, I'll just quickly... I can invite her to court. I'll send them on their way. Pleasure was to have you. Finishing our exchange, return away. Oh yeah, that's the event that I have with son and wife. So they are fine. Yeah, I sent them on their way. Okay. Way over time, so I will end it here. And I'll have a look into what I'm going to do next. And see to it that maybe he will survive just a year longer. Or so. We will see. At least for now, our son Guilhem is ready to take over. And then we'll see what will happen. So I'll see you in the next one. And so cheers. Bye-bye.